All right, ready whenever you guys are.
All right, big round of applause.
All right, so saluton, mi nomiĝas Brajsal, kaj hodiaŭ mi instruas vin pri Esperanto, la lingvo internacia. So what I just said is, my name is Bryce. Hi everybody, and today I'm going to teach you about Esperanto, the international language. So go on to the next slide. So Esperanto is an incredibly simple language, and as you guys all know, other languages are hard. So who here has tried to learn another language at some point in time? Most people, sweet. So I truly believe, and have facts to back up, that Esperanto is the world's most popular and useful constructed language, and as well as the world's most simple language in general. And it has an incredible history and an incredible culture that I'd like to celebrate today. So go on to the next slide, please. So, like I said, Esperanto is really simple. Now, all of these numbers I got from the International Language Testing Association. So these languages you'll see here, we have French, Spanish, and I believe that's Russian or Dutch. And it takes about 720 hours for the average person to become proficient in this language, so to be able to communicate. Then we have languages like Greek and Russian. Sorry, that is Russian. Those take about 1,000 to 2,000 hours, depending on how good you are. And then we have the really tough languages over here, like Japanese and Arabic. Those take a long time to learn. Next slide, please. Esperanto takes nothing like that. You can become fluent in a month, and people have done it in even less than that before. So 150 hours of studying Esperanto has been shown to be equivalent to 1,500 hours of studying French. So I have a cool story for you guys. This is a story that's been passed down for a while, and it actually was done in a test, I believe, by the University of Washington. I'm not 100% sure. But they got a group of kids that were grade school age, and they gave each of them a 6-month course or 12-month course. It's really unimportant. One group had only French and had never taken another language, and one group had only Esperanto and had never taken another language. The group that took Esperanto got a 51% on a French test at the end of their course. The French students got a 52%. So this language makes it incredibly, incredibly easy to learn other languages, which I think is a very beautiful part of Esperanto. Go to the next slide. So the grammar is incredibly easy as well. So easy that I guarantee you, if you guys go home and spend an hour learning it tonight, you can have the grammar completely mastered, which sounds insane, but it's true. So here's some words in Esperanto with English equivalents below them. So you'll see heat, hot, and warmly, all very similar words in English, also very similar words in Esperanto. We have here the root word, varm, and then this letter here tells you what kind of word it is. So this makes it a noun, this makes it an adjective, and this makes it an adverb for every single word in the language. There are no exceptions at all. And then if you add this little nice prefix there, it makes it the opposite, which is the correct way to say cold. That's not just a rigged together way of saying it, that's the word for cold. So with verbs, it's the same way. You know how in English we have ing, ed, all these weird suffixes and verb tenses? Esperanto is always the same. If there's an S on the end, the letter before it tells you when it happened. So I am eating, I will eat, I have eaten, and a command to eat, and there's a few other suffixes like that, but it's really, really simple. You can learn it in a day. So also, the letter J makes stuff plural, always. So for example, in this, you know, person, why does it become people? There's no logic behind that, it's just what happened. In Esperanto, it's always a J. Anyways, go on. So go ahead and play that. I don't know if audio is up right now. This is one of my favorite YouTubers in Esperanto. His name is Evildea. He's from Australia, and he's a fluent speaker of Esperanto. Let me put the audio up here.
Saluton al ĉiuj, jen Evildea, via dio. Kaj hodiaŭ mi parolos pri la jubileo de la Esperanto-kurso ĉe Duolingo.
Tio ŝajnas iom stranga. Kio okazas al mia voĉo? Do hodiaŭ mi simple volas paroli kun vi pri la...
So that's all I'm going to play for you guys right now. If you want to look up more, you can. This guy spent a year to get to the point where he can make 10-minute videos with more emotion than I can in English. I think that is absolutely incredible going. So there's about 2 million people that are estimated to speak this language. Now, something I mentioned at the very beginning that I haven't talked about yet that I will talk about in the history a bit more, no country actually officially speaks this language. It was invented to be a neutral international language. So you can go anywhere in the world and find people that speak this language, which is incredible. So Esperanto helps you learn, like I said. It's estimated that 4 years learning French is not as good as 3 years learning French and 1 year learning Esperanto. Tests have shown that. I believe that was also at the University of Washington. And the number I showed you on the frame before was from University of Washington as well. So Esperanto was invented to be neutral, like I said. It was invented by a Jewish man. Go to the next slide, please. His name is L.L. Zamenhof. He was a Polish eye doctor. And this was in a time that Jews were still very much persecuted, and he wanted to be able to communicate with all the different groups of Jewish people around the world. And they couldn't do that until he came around, and it caught on very, very quickly. So Esperanto was persecuted as well. In fact, it's actually specifically called out in Hitler's Mein Kampf, which is kind of weird to think about, and this is the first time I've ever had to cite Hitler in anything I've done. The Soviets didn't like it either. The Soviets, at first, Stalin decided to learn Esperanto, and then he decided to characteristically kill everyone that he could find that learned Esperanto. Really don't know why, and it's probably lost to time, but I think kind of interesting. One more. And so Esperanto has been thriving since it began. So they've been having yearly meetings across the world every year except for the World Wars since 1905. That's, I believe, 129 years non-stop of this community. And it's an incredible community. You can make a friend anywhere you go. And so there's a lot of cool stuff in Esperanto too. If you want to read The Hobbit in Esperanto, you can read The Hobbit. If you'd like to watch YouTube videos or watch people play Minecraft and in Esperanto, you can do that. There's even comics in Esperanto. That's Uncle Scrooge. Scrooge McDuck is my favorite comic, and I actually translated that last night. And one more frame, please. So, let's see. So it's very, very diverse. You can find people from any group you could imagine that speak Esperanto. So I had a time, I was in a chat talking to some people, and somebody joined from Iran. I've never met an Iranian person before. I've never had the occasion to. Our cultures are so hugely different, you know? I mean, our governments hate each other, but this is one time that there was some neutral reason to talk to someone in a neutral way that we could and just be friends from completely opposite cultures, and I think it is incredible to be able to do so. You know? So the events that are hosted are really cool. They even have events for kids across the country. I mean, what other languages have kids' conventions go on them? And Esperanto is easier than ever to access now. This is an icon for an app called Amikumu, which is being invented by the guy I showed you the video of with some of his friends are making this app to help you find speakers of Esperanto and other languages anywhere you are. You open up this app and it shows you who speaks your language nearby. I think that's pretty cool. And also there's Duolingo. Now many of you, if you're in Spanish or German or French or anything like that, you probably are already using this app. But Duolingo is a free language course for your phones and for computers, and it's great. Most people have used this if you speak Esperanto. It is a great, great language. So like I said, I truly believe that Esperanto is the world's most simple language, the best invented language, the most popular and useful constructed language. I think the culture and history is incredible, and I would like to challenge you guys. So, if you scan this code with your phone, or go to duolingo.com, or just download the app from the App Store, and you start the Esperanto course, if by the end of this school year you guys can come up to me and order a pizza in Esperanto, I will buy it for you, all right? I'm dedicated to make this happen. So, thank you, mi dankas vin per spektis, and kai adiaŭ.